Build update. Okay, so this weekend we started off by making a big ass list of everything we need to get done on this car. So now it's time to run through, go over the stuff we actually got done, some stuff we tried to get done, some stuff we didn't get done. Obviously, if you've seen the last video, we did knock a couple things off the list. Well, since we're on this side of the car, we went ahead and finished up the brake lines that we needed to redo right here to the firewall, because the ones that were in there before didn't exactly line up right, because we did move the pedal assembly a little bit from the way it was before. So we moved the pedal assembly back. We also positioned the seat back a little bit further, so the lines I originally had in there did not reach anymore, but we went ahead, took care of that, got those lines done. Another thing we got done is we took the door off the car. Basically, I just took the door off the car because I was doing the intercooler hoses and that door kept shutting and hitting me on the ass while I was trying to work, so I just took the door off. But we did go ahead and get the lines routed back to the pump. We do not have a connector for the pump right here, so we did not get a chance to actually wire it yet, but we do have the hoses all routed. All of the fittings are tightened up. We put some sealer on them and everything, clocked them the way they got to go. This one might still need to get moved. I might try to run it down, or I might run them both over. It really just depends, but for now that's gonna be just fine. What else did we do in the last video? We did the lines. Oh yeah, we welded the brake pedal assembly all the way on. As you can see, we actually welded that stuff all the way around there. So now it's nice and solid and doesn't move around anymore. It was a little flimsy because I forgot I only had it tacked in place, so I went to go push the pedals and the whole thing moved, and then I realized, oh, it's just tacked on there. I never actually welded it. Speaking of welding stuff for the pedal assembly, we welded up our throttle bracket. I made a little linkage here, so kind of see how that works. Now that's done. It's all wired up and everything too, so that's good to go. Definitely don't have to worry about that anymore, so just glad to have that off the list. Oh, and also, while we're in here, we welded the cage to the base plates. So they are welded all the way around, 360 degrees on every single point. Actually getting to the back of these B-pillar here, these B-pillar, the main hoop, getting to the back of the main hoop sections to weld was a real pain in the ass, especially on that one because of the gusset plates, and I couldn't, got hitting everything. Because of the gusset plates, I couldn't really see what I was doing, so I was kind of welding blind. And speaking of gusset plates, we knocked out the B-pillar gusset plates on the car. Another thing off the list. Now, I do still need to get a MIG welder so I can weld the base plates down to the chassis, and then the cage will be done. See what I'm talking about with doors just shutting behind me? Anyways, this brace here, we just don't have material to do that. I still need to notch these to fit for the firewall. I need to notch those out to clear the tubes to do the rear firewall. I got some plates cut up to plug some holes too. These ones will also be needing to get plugged, which means I need to find a new spot to put my beats at, because they're gonna get coated with rubber if I stick them in there. So yeah, need to find a new spot to put those. What else did I do this weekend? Oh, I organized a bunch of stuff. So I started getting parts in, some gaskets and stuff. Put a little box together with all the stuff that needs to get cleaned up and just new stuff. Basically, this is all engine assembly parts. So I like dug up my valve covers and oil pan, windage tray. Got my lifters down there, my pistons. Gasket set finally came in. Valve cover gaskets. Timing chain guide. Timing gear bolts. So there's a bunch of stuff in here. Timing chain came in also. And then I also have the oil pump and timing chain gear that goes on the crank. I ordered a brand new one of those. So I have this one on this old crank here. But I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna order a brand new one. It was only like 20 bucks or something like that. So I got a new one of those coming in. And about time to order some rods, bearings, hardware, all that stuff. So probably gonna get all that stuff ordered up this week. And then something pretty bad happened. Something that's gonna put a little bit of a hold on the build. And yeah, I mean, it just sucks because, you know, I was having a really great day today, and you know, we're making a lot of progress, and then that just, well, it just came to a stop really quick. That's because well, I'll just show you guys. I ran out of argon. Can't do much without argon. My dumbass forgot to get the tank refilled, and yeah. So yeah, I put a stop to that. I'll get it filled next weekend. Oh, I need a table. I need a table. Let's mark some shit off this list. Intercooler line. Done. Throttle pedal. Done. Brake lines. Done. B-pillar gussets. Done. Tube front strut bolts. I did find the tube front strut bolts. They were in a box. So that is done. I don't need to order those. Did I get any of this shit in? Engine gaskets. That's off the list. Alrighty. So one thing to note about this list here is a lot of this stuff is like super easy and fast to do. Like all this suspension stuff, once I get the parts in, that's like 3 hours of work, and I'll be able to knock all that off the list. You know, engine, that's the engine list part right here. That's basically just build the engine, which that's a day's worth of work, but it's a lot of money. The rest of this stuff in the turbo system here, I'm not really going to be able to do any of that until the engine is in the car and ready to go, because I don't feel like putting all the engine back together right now and then having to take it all back apart and then put it all back together. So I'm just going to wait till that's all done, and then I'll finish the turbo kit up. Fuel system, the feed line. Oh shit, I forgot I did that feed line too. Body work, you know, body work is a low priority right now, so it's like last on the list of shit I need to do. Transmission obviously is, I guess I could jack the car up and measure out the drive shaft. Granted, I don't want to run a T56 in this car. I would love to put like a 4-speed dog box in it or something like that, but it's the money, man. I just ain't got the money to do that. You know, it's a dog box to get one hooked up and going is like roughly about $5 grand. You know, by the time you buy your bell housing, your clutch for it, your new drive shaft, which I got to get a drive shaft anyways, but drive shaft, bell housing, clutch, release bearing, all that stuff. And then the transmission itself, you usually end up about $5 grand deep into it. Right now, I have a full, complete setup for that ready to go, so we're just gonna stick with the, what the fuck transmission is this? Oh, it's a T56. I almost said W58 for some reason. Supra. Whatever. Now, we did add some more stuff to the list, though. We just scratched a bunch of stuff off there, but we did add some stuff because as I was going through, I was looking at things going, oh man, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. So, toe straps. And I remember those because I have these hooks, but I mean, these are dog. I don't want to use those. I'm gonna get nice straps. So we need toe straps, fire extinguisher. I need to wire wheel all the sound deadener out of the car. Like all the residue stuff like this, that just needs to all get wire wheeled down. It's all on like the wheel liners and all that too. I just gotta wire wheel all that out so when we paint the chassis it doesn't show through. Plug holes. So like I said earlier, started cutting some plates out so we can get those holes plugged up. I don't know where I left the plates. Yeah, here's a couple of the plates right here. And as always, I'm gonna get deeper into working on this and probably remember some more stuff. Harnesses. I need to get new harnesses for this, so for my Hans device, because the harnesses I have are not Hans compatible. So I need to get some of those also, which I usually get my harnesses through Tuner Tools, so I'll probably order a set through them. But yeah, you guys, we are moving along, making good progress. We got a bunch of stuff knocked off the list, so just gonna keep pushing forward and spending all the money that I have left, which isn't that much, but you know, doing what I can with what I got. If you guys want to help out, contribute to the build, help me, you know, contribute back into this YouTube channel, you can go over to ShaneWhalleyracing.com, pick up some merch, support the channel, support the build. That's pretty much everything we got done this weekend. So, like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you're new, follow the builds along. Links down in the description for all my social media and store. And as always, until the next one, I will catch you guys later. Still not sure what wing I'm putting on this though. Comment down below.